We are currently at the walkway to the actual canopy walkway and the waterfall at Oti. And this is our tour guide. He's going to be taking us through the whole process. We are about to start the actual walk. So he's just going to give us a brief description or history behind their purpose, their vision, and the reason why the canopy walkway even came into existence in the first place. So we are going to, take it back to him and he'll take it over from there.
Okay, so you're welcome to the Unity Endangered Species Refuge.
Okay.
It is basically the home of Amedzofe Canopy Walkway and the critically endangered Togo slippery frog, a frog that is nocturnal and a generational delicacy in the community of Amedzofe where you are today. You are actually now in a special part of the world that is the highest human settlement in the whole of West Africa and termed as a Dahomey Gap. So this Dahomey Gap is just defined as part of the boundary between the savanna and then the forest ecosystem. It is a gap that exposes you to apple cultivation, waterfall, so on and so forth. So you're coming here basically today a sentence on the value placed on frogs by nature. So we offer you the opportunity to see waterfalls, to do the canopy walkway, and if possible to do a frog tour.
That would be interesting.
The speciality about this frog is that it is a delicacy in the community of Amedzofe where you are today.
Okay.
So our coming in was just to prevent people from the community from eating this very frog. That is what we represent. We are privileged to have you here today. My name is Godwin.
Godwin. That's an interesting, brief summary of everything here. So you mentioned something about the reason why the canopy, because I didn't even know that the canopy I thought was just a tourist site that we did to attract foreigners and tourist revenue. But you actually made mention of the fact that it's because of the frogs, the endangered species. That's why it came into being. So that's quite interesting. But have you tried the frogs?
I have actually eaten several of them, which I am not to say anyway because now we are into conservation. And I know my hierarchy should have a problem with me for mentioning that. However, I used to eat them, but no more.
Okay. That's interesting. So we can continue the journey from here.
Sure.
This water looks clean. Yeah, it looks very clean.
Everywhere actually you are is interesting.
Okay.
I did mention earlier on about the Dahomey Gap.
Sure.
And also defined it as part of the boundary between the savanna and then the forest ecosystem. The expectation of this gap is to actually produce crops, or crops specifically, that do well in the Western world. So should people actually say apples don't grow in Ghana? That of course is a fallacy. Should you look at the left side of me, the tiny looking trees all over are apple trees. This explains that apples actually grow in only this part of Ghana. And then pathetically enough, we overhyped the place recently. And so the cluster of Ghanaian tourists that comes in here have the pleasure of actually just going straight to pluck from there. For this reason, you will not see an apple hanging. But actually, you will see it fruiting now. So let's go this direction.
Yes, let's do that. Interesting. I thought apples had like a special temperature to be able to even shoot up.
They do. This is supposed to be the coldest part of Ghana actually.
Yeah.
You can see how it is doing. Should you come here in about 3 months time, you see apples hanging all over. So what we're going to do now to prove that apples actually grow in this part of Ghana is that we're going to create a barricade all around. A barricade. So once you stand here, then you are able to see apples hanging all over, but not to pluck.
So this is an apple tree, guys. This, if you've not seen an apple tree before, this is how an apple tree looks like. I, for one, haven't seen one before, so it's quite interesting. What is that? Okay. I thought it was one coming out. Guessing this is the starting point. Starting point for the stairs. It reminds me of Kakum all over again. We are currently at the Oti waterfalls. We just finished with the canopy walkway and we are currently in the dry season. So as compared to how during the rainy seasons the waterfall will be, even with this, it looks pretty incredible. But we are currently in the dry season, so the waterfall isn't as flowy as it is in the rainy season or other seasons apart from the dry season. But like this is something to behold, honestly. You just have to prep yourself to do the walk coming down to the canopy walkway. But so far so good. And guys, can you see this? This is nice. This is really nice. And I love the fact that it's all green around. You can hardly see anything being touched here. This looks like a virgin forest to me. And that's really nice to see that there's something like this in Ghana. So apparently people used to farm in this part of the forest, but they don't anymore. Lord. So we are currently done with the exploration of Oti Falls. It's actually Ote Falls, not Oti. So that's a new correction. It's Ote Falls. And we are done with that exploration. We did the canopy walk. We did the waterfall exploration. I'm trying to catch my breath. And we are currently walking up the stairs back to the tourist center where we parked. So we just made it back to the tourist center, and all in all, it was a fun experience. I'm sweating right now, but I just want to take a minute to catch my breath, and then we continue the journey from there.